Hi all, this is Linking Yellow, and welcome to part 2 of my Let's Create a Parkour Chamber for Portal 2. Alright, I'm not going to start off by opening up the chamber I was working with last time. Since I have the basic idea of what I'm doing, I want to try and pack it into its own VMF. Alright, so I don't know what I'm going to open. I'm going to actually go to another new one. Alright, so let me get. Okay, doesn't really matter what I use, I just didn't want the animated one. Alright, so I want a 128 by 128 by 128. Oh. Okay. I was thinking this. I'm way too zoomed out, aren't I? Okay. 128 by 128 by 128. Okay, and I want that to be, yeah, right at the edge here. Okay. Let's put that there. That is not the texture I thought I was using, but again, it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to be keeping any texture there. Alright, so the way that this is pretty much when this instance is placed down somewhere, I want to have it so that it can just be placed along a wall. Alright, in the middle of the ground right before the wall in the regular 128 by 128 by 128 format. So it will work really well in the PTI, the puzzle maker. It will also work well, hopefully, if everything goes as well. It'll also work really well as just being added in to uh, to just a hammer map, which I want in the end state. But for the purposes that I want to use this, because I don't want to just use this to make a map. I also want to use this to uh, I want to use it to be able to easily be used by my mod if enough people are interested. Otherwise I'll just make a map. That'll be good. I'll probably make a few maps of it if that's the case. All right, so let's get started with the point view control. Still need a better mouse pad. Point view control. Here we go. Alright, and I want to name this. What do I want to name it? View. Why not? Okay. Alright, so let's get this at a good position. Let's get it right there and rotate it up a bit. Yeah, let me make sure that's looking at the good spot. Alright, and okay, now to get those Funk Move linears in. I definitely want to build them a little bit differently than I did last time, in the last part. Alright, so let's get invisible. I want to be invisible. No, that's not what I'm saying. Alright, get one of those there. Let me copy it and move it right below. Alright, turn that one into a Funk Move linear. There we go. I want to do the same with the other. Alright, this one will be left move. Yeah, left move. Do I want it to be called left move? Yeah, I do. Okay. And alright, because I want to set these up to very easily be able to interact with each other if somebody puts multiple ones side by side. Not only will this make it easier to replicate and just to put it into a chamber, but also, last time I was having problems where, I'd end up going beyond uh, the bounds of what I was intending. All right, so let's see. I want each of these to move the distance of, let's see, 64. Yeah, 64. All right, and at a speed of 64. All right, so it'll take about a second to move over to the side. I'm going to do the same thing over for this one. All right, 64 and move distance of 64. All right, and I want this direction to be the other way. 180. Yep, there we go. All right. So, okay, these are set to do that. And yeah, last time I was having trouble clearing the parenting, so this time I'm not going to be clearing parents the same way that I did before. I'm going to see if I can get the parents cleared by just, setting parent and then leaving the next spot blank. So let's see if that'll work. All right, so um, I want to create a very convenient way for the player to just attach up here. So I'm going to create a little box right at the top of here. Let's see, I want something kind of reddish. I want something that will stand out. So let's see what we have here for textures. Okay, something that will stand out. Fire, that'll stand out. That's not quite what I'm looking for though. Um, I don't want to use decals. Something that'll stand out and something that looks like it'd be very good for gripping. That looks like it'd be pretty good for gripping. Let's see that. Alright. Let's put it there. Boom. How does that look? Alright, and so I kind of want this to be a bit smaller. So just get that a bit smaller. I'm doing something wrong here. Okay, yeah. There we go. Alright, and that's not coming out the way I wanted it to. Maybe if I rotate it. Alright, that's a lot better. Alright. So yeah, I just pretty much want to make it look like it's going to allow the player to grab it. Alright, so a game UI, that's pretty important for getting this. I also want a trigger look right here. Alright, so let me get this, and change the texture to a trigger. Trigger. I think I pressed the wrong button. There we go. Okay. And let's see, this is going to be a trigger look. Trigger look. There we go. Wasn't sure it was actually going to be called that because, again, with this entity, I've never used this one before either. So let's see. I want this to be parkour start. There we go. And let's see. Timeout, field of view, look time, look target, entity to be looked at. Okay, I thought that was it. Let's try self. It's probably as a default. Alright, let's see what the flags are for this. Fire once, no. Alright. Use velocity instead of facing, no. Clients, yeah. Clients and everything. No, I just want clients. It should be good. Alright, and I want this to start a co-op manager and have that co-op manager start a game UI. So let me start off with the game UI. Game UI. There we go. And I want this to be Parkour UI. And I want this one to be Co-op Manager. Okay. Co-op. Look. Look. Um. Look control. Co-op. Alright, I want both of them set to false. Yep. And then when the player's looking at this, let's try taking that off for first. And ooh, whoops. Alright. So L on trigger or on timeout? Okay. No. Okay, this doesn't work the way I was thinking like you could have input or output so that when you look, that's one thing. When you're not looking, maybe that's timeout. Because when you're here, you're automatically looking at it no matter what. So is that timeout for when it's not looking? Let me take a look at the timeout. Timeout. Time in seconds to wait after the player enters the trigger before firing. The on timeout output 0 equals never. Uh-huh. Time in seconds that the player must look at the target before firing the output. Resets if the player leaves the trigger or looks outside of the field of view of threshold. Okay. No, I want this to be instantly. And I want that one to be instantly. Okay. So I think that this is going to work. Alright, so for outputs, I want on trigger. Can this be triggered? Alright, on trigger co-op manager. I want A to be true. Alright. And on timeout, I want A to be false. So I mean, I'll definitely need to test this and see if it works the way that I'm thinking. Alright. And just for the sake of testing, I'll have this. These are both for A, so when A is true, okay, for outputs, when A is true, okay, when any is true, there we go. View. Let's see, enable, is that the one? Enable, there we go. So let's try that. Alright, save this as instances, custom. Let's see. Give that its own folder. Why not? Alright. Open up the other one. Real parkour. Alright, and I want to put that over here. Let me just delete all of this stuff. Alright. Turn that into an instance. Alright, let's see. For the VMF file name, let's see, maps, instances, custom, parkour instance. Here we go. It's right here. Okay. Does this fit as well as I was thinking it was going to? Yep, that looks perfect. Alright. Well, not perfect, but pretty close. Alright, so this is realparkour.vmf. Alright, let me make sure that's recording. Okay, yep, just kidding. Alright. Map real parkour. Do 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 do. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's not working the way I was hoping. Okay. So if I jump into it, that's not working either. Okay. If I jump right here, oh, that's because those things are solid. Those invisible move linears. Need to fix that. Alright, so if I look on the side though. Nope. Okay, I set that up wrong. I definitely set that up wrong. Alright. So let's pull up the other one. I could swear the other one was still open. Okay. Edit the instance. Here we go. Alright. Okay, let me make these both not solid. Good. Alright, is it one step inside the trigger maybe? So on trigger, on start touch, and maybe on end touch. Maybe those have a different meaning for this. Maybe. Alright, well, let me give that a shot. Okay. Run the map. Okay, those things aren't getting in the way, but this thing isn't exactly doing what I want it to do. Alright, let's see. What? Alright, I'm gonna take a bit of a break and do some research on this. Alright. Alright, so I took a look at what I needed to look at and found that actually the trigger look is a lot better than I was thinking it was. Alright, so we don't need that co-op manager. A lot better for what I'm trying to do than I thought it was. I thought I was like finding a really out there use for it, but I think if I extend this, because apparently the trigger look when you're inside it and looking at whatever you want it the player to need to look target. I'm gonna make that this. So I'm gonna make this a brush. I hope it works with a brush. The example I saw, uh, the Top Hat Waffle, props goes to him for helping in always with his this very convenient what are they called tutorials. If you want to learn Hammer, I definitely suggest going to look at him. But he used uh, target, an info target. So I assume that it would work for a lot more than just an info target. But I mean, we'll see. I want this to be core rail. All right, and okay, so this I want the target to be the rail. All right, and that's while the player's in here. So the player would literally have to jump up to this, I would think. If it's too easy, I'll try to make it smaller. All right, and yeah, I don't care about getting the camera to move back and forth yet. So let's see. Uh, delete these, and pretty much just on on trigger, I want view to enable. All right, let's take a look at the other stuff. Firewalls and clients and field of view. I want this to be 1, so it's not triggered on accident. Or if it is triggered on accident, it's a pretty dumb accident. Um, let's see. Look time 0. Yep. Yeah, I'll start it with 0. And let's see. Start disabled. No. That all looks good. Let's try that. Okay, let me switch over to the other one. Compile. Alright. And let's see how this works. Okay, from here, looking at it doesn't do anything. From here, looking at it doesn't do anything. From in here, looking at it doesn't do anything. Alright, do I have to be on solid ground? Or does it actually have to be an info target? Hmm. No. Alright, actually, this this wall here looks a lot better than it does in Hammer. Just pointing that out. Alright, so let's take a look, see what I did wrong. Alright, yeah, let me just make this a lot bigger. Maybe the player has to be completely engulfed in it, maybe? Let's try making it a lot larger. Yeah. Save. Okay, yep, it's a lot larger. Running map. Alright, does this work? Okay, looking at it doesn't do anything. I'm inside. Nope. Okay, yeah, this should definitely be working. Let me see if it's the type of object that I'm pointing at. Let's get an info target. Ew. And I'm also wondering, maybe this is having trouble because it's an instance. It's also a possibility. I don't think that's the case, but no, because I've seen instances affect things like that before, so that shouldn't be a problem. All right, I'm definitely doing something wrong. So let's get this here and target, info target, name it target, just for the sake of testing. Put it right here. Okay, a little bit lower. All right, and okay, this let me put it at zero point 0.9, and actually gonna leave it at zero point 0.9, and then do the and then change the target. Okay, don't want to use the hotkey because that stops recording. All right. All right, does this work? Yes, yes it does. Good, good, good. So that's the problem. All right, so now I definitely need to fix, first of all, uh, fix view here. Flags, start up player, no. Follow player, no. Freeze player, no. Infinite hold time, yes. Snap to goal angles, no. Make player, interruptible play player, set field view. That looks good. Make player non-solid. Yep. Okay, I could swear I pressed buttons here. Not sure what happened there. Alright, infinite hold time. Apply. There we go, much better. Much, much better. Alright, and run this. Alright, this time I'm not going to be looking at the area. I'm just going to go right up to this. Okay. Yeah. What broke that? Did I get far enough away from it? Okay, if I go here, look down. Haha. So it's a little too easy. Maybe, I wonder how many decimal points that's sensitive to. Alright, so, alright, I definitely want this smaller. So I don't think it really needs to be so big. Oh, you know what? I probably don't even need to be more specific with the decimal points. Just the player needs to be able to jump up, and that's good. Alright. That looks good. Okay, the target is not necessary, and the view is not working for some reason. Alright, flags. Alright. What is it that I did last time? Because it was working perfectly. Oh, maybe I just didn't save this time. That might be it. Because I'm pretty sure that that would work. So, oh, forgot to alt tab. Alright. Okay. Yes! Except for the fact that I can hear the player moving around. So I would want that to freeze the player. Maybe not freeze it, but do something to the player. Okay, so that's that's some pretty good progress. I'm gonna come back to this a bit later and pretty much just call this done for now. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye bye.